Welcome to the stream. Hope everyone's doing good. I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing, to be honest. I'm a little bit earlier than, when I normally want to stream, to be honest. I try to keep a schedule between 5 and 6. It's 4:30. Being earlier. Yeah, being early, that is. Being here a bit earlier helps if I can speak properly. It's not necessarily a bad thing. However, what does suck, and I get it could be a little bit, hopefully not too annoying, is when I just don't really know what I want to do. And I flip-flop back and forth. I had a lot of fun yesterday with American Truck Simulator, and I still might play some of that tonight. You know, at least I stick to... Let me just jump into this really quick while I'm rambling. Oh, I can't. The game is updating. There we go. I only have a couple of days left on my subscription, and I do have it canceled, so that doesn't mean now, to get all dramatic, that I'm never going to go back to it. It's just me being frustrated with myself because I can't really seem to come to decide what I want to do. So while I'm rambling and I'm a little bit early, I figured, you know what? Let me just hop into arguably something I've never changed. And that is what I say about this game, ultimately. It's the most relaxing game for me on a stream. That has yet to change for me. I love Call of Duty. I love American Truck Simulator. But like I said, they're not really the most friendly games in terms of streaming. Where was I? The last time, from what I remember, I had emptied my bags, and it was time for me to go on a long journey. A long journey back over here because I was actually killing those fur blogs, and I was supposed to be grinding to reach the next level. But I never ended up doing that. Maybe I'll start doing a little bit of that. You would think after a few months or playing this game for 17 years that I would just kind of figure out what it is I want to do. But the fact of the matter is I haven't. I just haven't. He's an NPC. But he's PvP. Oh boy. Hello, Jack. How you doing? Thank you. How are you feeling today? So that's the plan. Sorry, I was... My brain's just not all there. Ultimately, I know that I like streaming, regardless of how shitty the performances of my streams. And I always kind of have reverted, or not reverted, danced around the same couple of games. Good to hear. Call of Duty, right? Let's do a recap, because it doesn't really change. Call of Duty for my first-person shooter game. I mean, I do like the game. A little bit stressful on the streaming side, as I've mentioned a million bazillion times. American Truck Simulator, I did that all of yesterday. World of Warcraft, and then, your occasional game that comes out. Every now and again, your Assassin's Creeds, your Watch Dogs, your Grand Theft Autos, your Resident Evils, When all those big, fat, whopping AAA games come out, well, of course I'm going to talk about them for a couple of weeks, but then what do I fall back onto? And that's where my channel is supposed to come in, is what do I fall back onto? What's my go-to when Hitman 3, the hype is gone? Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the hype is gone. Yeah, there was an update, but people know the game. They don't need to see me watch the game to know what it's about. So that's where I fall back on something that I just enjoy playing indefinitely. Like this game, 130,000 plus hours over 17 years is not a small amount of time to put into a game. I mean, most people barely put in 500 hours in a game, let alone 1,000 or 130,000. So sports, first-person shooters, Your standard, typical, everyday AAA game that everybody and their mother's aunt's uncle's niece likes. Skater XL, American Truck Simulator. That's pretty much it. There's only a few. It's not like there's 100. But I don't have 100 hours a day to play each one. I keep looking at my map. I know where I am. It's that I think I know what I did. There might be a dip in here. We'll go and find out. If I'm stuck in the mountains, so be it. I have a feeling I'm stuck in the mountain. Really? I could have sworn I would have been able to... Well, let's take a peek. Because in the future, like a future without World of Warcraft, you know, what would that look like without me playing WoW on a live stream? I'd be playing a lot more Call of Duty, and, you know, some people might enjoy that. Oh, look at that. Looks like I might... Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'm hopping over that anytime soon. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go all the way down. That's fine. It happens. Yeah, so without WoW, I would probably be doing a lot of American Truck Simulator, sports games, and Call of Duty. You know, arguably some very popular games, but at the same time, if that's all I played, especially the Call of Duty and the American Truck Simulator in a stream, I just don't know how relaxed I would be. I mean, I don't think I was uptight when I played American Truck Simulator. I think my issue is I make too big of a deal to address people in the chat, and when I'm driving, I can't be going 110 miles an hour in an 18-wheeler rig and going, hey, how you doing there, little Jimmy? Oh, shit, bang, you know? 3-hour in-real-life delivery gone down the toilet because I addressed someone, so I'd have to pause the game a lot. I mean, that doesn't bother me, but some people... that might kind of bug them if I'm pausing the game frequently to kind of look at the chat to keep up. Yo, what's up? Just stopping by. It's late for me anyway. Enjoy the stream. Hey, thanks, not Luke. So if it's not Luke, just who is it? Who should I call you? Should I call you Luke? Because it says not Luke, so... there'd be a bit of an oxymoron there if you want me to call you Luke. Must be some kind of inside joke I'm not aware of. Yeah, so I have to go... okay, I just gotta follow here. Let me just do that. Somewhat alliance-ish territory. William Regal. I'm terribly afraid of what work I'll possibly have to do every next day. Did you get a new job? Is that what you're getting at? Now, I know there's only a few people in here, but I want people to be real blunt. What is more enjoyable to watch as an entire package? Me playing World of Warcraft, but take into consideration, you know, the PvP. Don't take into consideration the last couple of months that I've been leveling up, because that's not always going to be the kind of gameplay that this brings. Try to think back to when I used to do retail, and I was doing all those battlegrounds and all the PvP, running into, you know, random people in this game, like all the high points, which there'll be more of if I stick with this game in the long run. Do you prefer seeing this game, despite it being monotonous and all that? I get it. Or do you prefer to watch me play American Truck Simulator? They are two wildly different games. I get that. An MMORPG, third person, where I play as a fucking lion, And the other one is a first-person truck simulator. But the reason I'm asking you to compare it is because ultimately, when it's all said and done, they are two games I'm passionate about. They're two games that I really like. And believe it or not, they sort of kind of still technically scratch sort of the same itch, to be honest with you, in many ways. As just they're games that I just really like putting a lot of hours in, is what I mean by that. Hence why I'm asking. Hello, Dark, how you doing? Well, one day I'll have just 3 assignments, then next I'll have 10. No, it's... Oh, school, okay. I got you. How you doing there, Dark? You rather I call you Dark or Side? Or Dark... anyways. I know your name is a play on Dark Side, but would you rather I call you Dark Side, Dark? If I even remember what to call you. This guy's name is Soft Carl. I wonder if his brother's name is Hard Tommy. Good. Any truck simulator coming up? Dark is fine. Yes, I was just asking. I don't know if you got in here to recap really quick. What do you find more... Maybe enjoyable is a strong term. Between World of Warcraft and American Truck Simulator, sort of like long-term, like as a main default, as one of the few main default go-to games that I would stream in between AAA games that are being like released periodically. Like, you know, Hitman 3, we know about it now. You know what I mean? I made guides on all the maps. I did suit-only Silent Assassin for all the maps. I beat the game. It's still a fun game. I'll still play it sometimes, but no offense, it's not going to be a game that I dump 20, 30 hours into a week on a regular basis. That's what I'm getting at. Again, please don't judge this game as me just standing around whacking NPC spiders for a half hour. This lame, monotonous gameplay is because I have to level up. But, you know, you bump into people, you meet people. This is an MMORPG, you know? And it's the classic, and they're going to bring back the Burning Crusade. And the Burning Crusade, I could promise you, is going to be a lot more engaging. It's going to be a lot more exhilarating, just because there's going to be a lot of people where I'm leveling up. I'll be caught up with everybody. The leveling from 60 to 70 won't take months. It'll take a couple of weeks, and then it's going to be a lot of PvP, a lot of world PvP. It'll be sneaking around all these random different maps, and it's just going to be like a clusterfuck. It's going to be like an open world, you know, Witcher-style battle royale kind of thing. So think of that World of Warcraft, not this part here, and then American Truck Simulator. I'm not a huge fan of the Thor armor look, so I'm going with the Magister outfit. It's honestly really nice. I do enjoy WoW, American Trucks. Okay. Yeah, and those tend to be my 3 top games, kinda. American Truck Simulator, Call of Duty, and WoW. So, trucking and shooting. And prowling around as a cat. And I'm not saying I have a problem with doing all 3. But if I can narrow it down, maybe I will, and anyhow. I'm still stressing out. The Magister outfit even has the classic red sash. That's cool. I don't play either if I had to choose. Trucks. Okay, so you would rather truck. Okay. It kind of gives me a bit of an idea, you know? I'd rather drive on the road than turn into different... Yeah. I get that. It's like anything, right? Some people would find American Truck Simulator boring, and they would rather World of Warcraft. I mean, look at Asmongold. If you've never heard of Asmongold, look him up. Just don't forget about me after. Dude pulls in more people in his live streams than fucking Dr. Disrespect and PewDiePie combined. Let that sink in for a minute. There's a guy that I know that plays this game, this 17-year-old game, And he consistently, every single day and night, pulls in more people in his live stream than Dr. Disrespect and PewDiePie combined together to play this fucker. I'm just saying. You know, there are people out there that like... But again, I know I talked about it before. Most people that watch your PewDiePies or Dr. Disrespect, and even Asmongold, even though he doesn't have an outlandish persona, people do tend to watch him for him and not so much the game, right? I'm getting sick of the Morrigan guards. It's too powerful and it kills them too fast for me to execute. Yeah, American Trucks, and I might play some tonight. There, I'm just kind of, I'm just going through a bit of a crisis. You know, I got my ultrasound results back and my X-rays for my shoulder. Wasn't really the best of news. I might need surgery. You know, I'm not really pleased with that. I got mental problems, so what ends up happening is things that are generally not the end of the world, my brain will make them the end of the world. So then my situation, though it might not be the end of the world to the average person, it is to me, because I just unfortunately make it that way, and then it makes me miserable, sick to my stomach. I dwell on it, I lose sleep over it, I get stressed, I get angry, and then it just spirals me out of control. So because I have that on my mind, even more so now with the news that I got today, makes it even harder for me to focus on what in the holy fuck I want to do. I know what direction I'm going in. I'm just not... It's more the WoW thing. I know that I want to play American Truck Simulator. I know that I want to play some Call of Duty. It's that I don't know if I want to stick at all with this game or do the ultimate sacrifice. Pull the plug. And just say, you know what, it was great for 17 years, but unfortunately, this is a new era, you know? I don't know if I need to do that. I know Asmongold wouldn't agree with that, because this is his baby, just like it is for me, really. 17 years, man, is a long time to put into a game. Most people don't even put 17 days into a game. Yeah, the graphics in that game are good. Oh, yeah, they would be. I mean, I get, you know, these graphics are... Don't forget, this game was originally designed 20 years ago. American Truck Simulator's 5 years old. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the ISU shield that poisons enemies. So I'm going with the Britain shield. Since it gives health on parry, right? And with the mirror mod you have, just makes it more out the... Yeah, I like that. You know, like how those mirrors in the Truck Simulator game usually have like a gap at the top left, the top right, like at the very top. Like the mirrors aren't perfectly flush. Kind of like right here. My mini-map isn't like jammed in the corner. This thing isn't like more flush in the corner. So I have a little simple mod. It puts that, you know, mirror up there in the corner. All my information for my road trip is all laid out in one bar at the bottom. It's just, yeah, I mean, it really is good times, you know? Of course, there's going to be a lot of people out there that to them, a game like American Truck Simulator would be like the worst game in the world to play. You know? But that's like anything in life. Some people like to talk about politics, some people hate it. Some people like to read fantasy novels, some people like to watch movies. I don't like to do almost any of those. I like to partake. I like to get live into the action. I don't want to read a fantasy novel about me being a lion. I want to actually control a lion and see myself mangling some shit up. You know what I mean? That's what does it for me. Yeah. Anyways, I won't play this too much longer. I just want to pick up a couple of items. Hello, Tom. Don't stand up too fast. You might get dizzy. How you doing? Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? It's really, you know, that's why you can't please everybody. That's why they say, usually, hopefully, people watch you for you, not so much the game that you're playing. Because if they're watching you for the game that you're playing, well, then they're not going to be there when you switch games. Very unlikely. What's wrong, Tom? The head rush? Did it kick in? Don't worry, I get it all the time. If I stand up too fast, it's like, it's pretty like, whoa, you know? But if you had to choose... Yeah, see, I prefer tea over coffee as well. Which is definitely not a popular opinion amongst people I have spoken to over the years. So how you doing, Tom? I forget if you're new to the channel, if you've been here before. Yeah, see, that's what happened. He stood up too fast, and the blood just rushed to his brain, and it somehow stimulated his medulla oblongata, which is tied to the brain with, like, anger and shit like that, and it doesn't look like he's doing too good. That's okay. It happens. Or maybe he's having a stroke and STFU is not an acronym for shut the fuck up. Maybe he's trying to cry out for help. But he's just like, you know, like he's just... It happens, you know? It's not funny. You don't see me laughing right now. It happens. It's a very real thing. I was in the middle of eating a chili a couple of years ago, and half my face paralyzed, and the chili was drooling out, you know, of my mouth. I laughed. I thought it was funny. I had to go to the hospital. I was talking to this. You know, I sounded like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't born with a full basket there. But it was all good. There's a glitch in my AC Valhalla where every enemy on the map is automatically balanced to my level. Is this meant to happen later on in the game? No, what's supposed to happen is they kinda semi-scale up with you, but to a maximum. They're not supposed to be, like, right at your level. I think they're never supposed to be, I don't know, let's say, like, 30 points below what you are. Like, they're... You know what I mean? Like, if you're power level 300, you're not supposed to run into someone that's power level 10. From that extreme, right? Like, I don't know the exact figures, but, yeah. Me no happy. Yeah. He sounds like an ogre. Well, so that, you know, even though you're powerful and you have all this gear, so that it's not boring when you're walking around sneezing on people and they die from just looking at them. What they should have done is either scale it or don't and leave an option to do both. That way it pleases everybody. Everybody's happy at that point. I mean, even if they tried to make them hard, they're still... Yeah, like I play the game on the highest difficulty. And everybody's a pushover. That's kind of why I stopped playing Assassin's Creed. The game is a pushover. It's a bunch of pansies. I'm gonna have to reset my talent tree and gimp myself, like give myself a handicap where I only give myself so many points in my talent tree so that I can actually make the game feel like just a little bit easier than Dark Souls, but not by much. I don't like hitting a button and 3 people die in one shot. That's unrealistic. Eeyor's not that much of a badass, you know what I mean? If I put it on hard, it should be hard. I shouldn't be plowing 3-4 people at a time. And of course, because this is classic, I can't do anything in animal form. Animal form. Yeah, animal form. I almost said animal farm, but then I held back and I did say the word properly, animal form. Anyways. Shows you how well my brain works sometimes. Well, this ain't gonna go well. Yeah. Well, maybe. Yeah, that's right, you run away. like how Assassin's Creed went from no level, level 10 in Syndicate, 15 Origin. Yeah. If I'm level 10 and I put it at hard, I'd expect some enemies at limit. Right. Yeah, but once your power level is maxed, unfortunately, the game is a pushover. Even on the hardest difficulty. I would want it so that if you put AC Valhalla at hard, every enemy in the game is at least your level, or at least 5 or 10 levels above, to give you that sense of, ooh, I gotta put my back into it to kind of fuck these guys up. You shouldn't just be able to run around, smack, 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 and everybody's dead in a few hits. It's boring. That's lame. You want to feel a sense of progression like you're a badass. Great. So then turn the scaling option off. Do what they did in Origins. Or even Odyssey. I loved how they did it in Odyssey. You know, you can turn the scaling on or off. I mean, it's that simple. Everybody's oh, I don't like scaling, so then don't turn the scaling on. Right? Oh, I love it. It gives me a sense of challenge. Well, then turn it, you know, like... Literally, everybody's happy when you give them options. When you just force something onto someone, you're not giving them an option. And as far as I know, Valhalla doesn't have a way to turn on and off enemy scaling. It's just kind of like baked in a shitty way into the game, and you don't have a say in the matter. I only like pushovers if I can do executions on enemies. If they die from fire or poison without a cool death, that just sucks. I don't understand why they've strayed so far from the assassination playstyle. Yeah, I mean, they have. They went from pure assassin to, like, your barbarian brute. Yeah, or something. Yeah, like that. Exactly, Dirk. It'd be a warrior who can be... Yeah, exactly. It's just, it's, you know, it's not realistic. I mean, even the almighty Bruce Lee. If he got swarmed by a couple of people, he could be getting his ass beat. You know? Uh-oh. I gotta focus here because I don't want to die. But I won't be doing this for too long. I'm probably gonna have to go soon, but I'll probably be back though. I'm gonna do like an intermission thing where I'm gonna go have my supper. Takes me like 30 seconds to eat because I don't eat as much food as I used to. And yeah. The idea behind here, even though this looks boring as shit because it kind of is. That's the other thing, too, I wanted to talk to you about. As much as I love this game, it's quite possible that I'm just burnt out. Maybe after 17 years, 130,000 hours... I know I repeat that a lot, but it just... So you get the scale of what I'm getting at. Maybe I've just reached a point where I'm done fucking around. I'm tired of grinding. I just want instant gratification, and that's what Call of Duty gives you. Just pick up a gun and start shooting people. You know, within 15, 20 minutes, you're level 20 already on your weapon. And, but again, it's not as relaxing. That's the problem. Never got hit in a fight unless you get... You count getting stabbed and always pulled back by others. Right. Yeah. Leveling up in this game, I can't say the same. Like, I mean, I've been in here for quite a few minutes and I gotta pick up 8 troll charms from these boxes. Like, I mean... It's kinda... insane, really. But yeah, sports games I like too, because they can be pretty action-packed. Like if I was to play some NBA 2K or FIFA or baseball. Sports I like a lot. I find sports and... So sports and World of Warcraft are the easiest for me to play, including all sports, whether it's wrestling, skateboarding, I consider that a sport. I find those very, very laid back. Along with World of Warcraft. Again, American Truck Simulator and Call of Duty, in a weird way, I sort of bubble them together in that they can be a little bit iffy to keep up with the chat. Is really what it is. Even when there's barely anybody in here. I tried Classic for a bit in the beginning. I killed 15 boars before they dropped one touch. Yeah. And you know, the thing with this game, have you tried Slay the Spire? Yeah, I play that actually in bed every night. Funny you mentioned that. I play that on my Switch every night for a little bit. The thing with this game is it's about the journey. It's about hoping to find people that have played the game before, that are emotionally invested in the lore. Oh man, I remember that 17 years ago, nearly 2 decades ago, and, you know, whatever. Like, it's... I think that's what happens with this game, is if you have no emotional attachment to it, there's no history, there's no memories, then there's literally nothing for you. You just see a cat fucking up some bears that look like they're hunchback, and this honestly could be the absolute most appalling, boring thing you'll have ever laid your eyes on in your entire life. And I wouldn't blame you for thinking that. It's, MMOs are not for everyone. Ah, for real. Did you play that game often, Jonas? Slay the Spire? It's a fun game. You get really strong, too, the more in you go. Yeah, isn't there a saying, it's not finding what you're looking for, it's the journey? Yeah. And I have to be honest, the journey for me, like overall, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. Yeah, I get it. You know, I'll drive people crazy if I keep reminding them how long I played the game for. But when you put in as much time as I put in, without stating the numbers, it's pretty obvious that obviously, you know, this game is pretty special to me. But at the same time, make no mistake about it, I get that it's like, for some people it's like, But the new free camera during execution looks insanely better in Valorant. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I guess it's kind of hard to build connections with people in games nowadays because the experiences are so quick and you don't really have to stick around a lot. Yeah, you can jump from game to game. And the other reason why I like this game a lot is I've built a lot of meaningful friendships over the decades, literally, of playing this game. You're not gonna do that with Call of Duty. You're in and out in 10 minutes. It's like, hey, remember me? I'm that guy that you kept shooting in the face 50 times. No, I don't. You're just one of many victims, you know? Whereas, like in World of Warcraft, hey, remember we were in Thistlefur Hole? There was all those little goblin bear things, and I was getting my ass kicked, and you came and you rescued me, and we showed them who was the boss, you know? Sounds corny, but little things like that, then you end up chatting, and the guy's like, hey, or the girl, whatever. Hey, what other quests you have? I got that one where I gotta do that thing. And then they're like, yeah, me too. And, you know, next thing you know, whatever. You end up adding each other on a list and, whatever. And then 17 years later, and there's still some people that I talk to this day from this game. Some of the absolute best friendships I've ever made in my life are people I've never met in the flesh, and maybe that's why. No, but they're from this game. I've talked to them on the phone, I've Skyped with them, you know, the whole thing. And, Yeah, it's pretty wild. See this player. 150 hours? Yeah, that's a lot for that game. Wow, almost dead already. Oh, Mad Max lore? Yeah, that's a pretty fun game too, Mad Max. It's like one of my friends there, Mike, the guy that was in here yesterday. I don't know if there's anybody in here that remembers him. My buddy, is Z Panther. You know, he didn't have that great of an upbringing when he was a kid. And I was in my very early 30s when I met him. And he was just a young teen. He was having problems at home, you know, that kind of thing. And so WoW was his escape, and he was just a nice kid. I never knew he was a kid. I would have thought he was like an older person that was more mature. And I was having a hard time with some quests and leveling up and all that. And the guy just offered to help me out, you know what I mean? And we were in the same guild. So we spoke for a couple of weeks, and then, you know, you do the whole TeamSpeak thing back in the day, or Ventrilo. You find out he's really young, you're like, oh boy, you know, because, you know, remember that joke I made before? When you make fun of people, you always assume that they're, when they're immature and they're being trolls, you always do that expression, what are you, a kid? What are you, 12? And that kind of thing, and then you find out, wow, you know, kids can sometimes not be an immature little shit. And it was just kind of interesting. And then the next thing you know, time goes on, and now, you know, guy lives on his own, he's standing on his own 2 feet, he's got a career, all that kind of shit. So I've got to see, you know, some people grow and shit too, like literally, from this game. You know, people that were down and out on their luck, and they were not doing good at all. And now they're kind of like literally laughing. And that's, you know, pretty cool to see. And again, these are all people that I met from this fucking game. You know, go figure. I think I'm going to clear out a few of these guys first. I might do the escort. It's usually not designed for a party of one. Oh, okay. Hey, EDP. 445. Now, I don't like jumping the gun or assuming shit. There's a guy I follow, his name is Rich from Review Tech USA, and he covered a YouTuber that has a name similar to EDP, and it has numbers in it, and the dude is like a fucking child predator. I'm hoping that's not like a play on that name. Because that's just disturbing if it is. Because the guy actually admitted to it. Right? Like I said, I don't like assuming. I like giving people the benefit of the doubt. He's a fun. I'm gonna do that thing where I don't know the whole thing. I just know that from what I watched and from some clips that, you know, were put out from him, they weren't good. He definitely wasn't denying the allegations of underage kids, and I'm just like, I'd never heard of him before, but he's an incredibly successful YouTuber. Very, very successful. Huge following. A couple of million people, I think. Yeah, me, I'm definitely not mature. And I don't want to be. You can still be immature, but be semi-respectful, slightly goofy, but not like an obnoxious, annoying immature. So clearly, the EDP that's in here is very unlikely that it's the real EDP. But naturally, he thinks it's funny. Because that confirmed who I thought it was. And so, we're going to ban him, even though he technically didn't say anything wrong. Does anybody not understand why I just banned him? Because I can explain it real quick. Hey, Stotts. So, EDP 445 is an incredibly successful YouTuber who had his channel shut down. And he's a self-professed, confessed child predator. And it's all over YouTube. And it's not fake because he's admitted to it. So there's a guy that came in, EDP 445, and he thought that it was funny. And then I made the reference. I said, I don't know if this is this guy, but he's a child predator. And then the guy just went, that's me. Now, obviously, it's unlikely that it's the real EDP 445. But that's like coming in and wanting to mimic any child predator, pedophile. Like, that to me is just not fucking funny. If I didn't ban that guy, I would expect everybody in the fucking chat to leave. Because then what the fuck does that say about me? Like, you just don't joke about that. It's not even remotely funny. It's not edgy. It's downright mentally disturbing on a level that makes me look sane. And I'm on disability for not being sane. Okay? So, that's why he's gone. But technically, he said nothing wrong. So sometimes on the surface, it could be a little bit confusing. But hopefully it's not in this case. But that's what I mean. I never knew who he was either, but he didn't deny it. He admitted to it. This isn't like he said, she said, and it's like the whole Louis C.K. thing, right? He admitted to it. Like, that's all the proof you need, right? It's like that time someone came in and their name was Jared the Subway guy. I just don't think, that's funny. Now, I understand that I like South Park. They did an episode with Jared, but they also depicted him as being the pervert that he is. They also weren't glorifying him. So, everything's just, context sometimes, right? And it could be difficult, and I never claim to be perfect. I'm probably gonna die here. Whatever. If I die, I die. I should attack this guy. He's almost dead. Oh, Mamma mia. Oh. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. Anyways, I'm probably gonna die anyways. So I kind of have to ignore the chat for a moment. I don't know if I can heal this guy. Can I heal him? Oh, I was gonna say, if I can't heal him... That is fucking stupid shit. I figured it wasn't the game. But when you described it, I figured it was a book. Ashes of Creation? No. Hey, Rambo. Hey. Why do I have a feeling that Mr. Gold is, you know what I'm saying? Remember, I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. When I ban someone and within a minute a new person comes into the stream I've never seen before, 9 times out of 10, it's that person I just banned. No one pissed me off. Someone came in impersonating, saying they were a self-professed pedophile. Not gonna allow that in my stream. I wasn't sure if that was the person, then they confirmed it was. Okay, you just made my decision easy. Automatic ban from my chat. Didn't have to give that any second thought. Oh, nice, I can buff him. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, it's just not... When you have a TV show like South Park, and you're making fun of the person who is one, like Jared the Subway guy, that's different because you're shaming that person. You're not condoning the behavior, right? It's completely different. But when you come in, your profile pic and your name is that person, then that makes you fucked up. Oh, I don't think it's that bad. Maybe one video can. Your whole channel won't get demonetized because you say that word. Yeah, I think so. I mean, how the fuck do you... Again, how do you condone that? How does that make me look if I'm like, well, he didn't say anything wrong, right? Yeah, anyways, I'm just glad people are on board and not wondering why I did that. This is not quite over yet. But it's near the end. No, she's not. And yes, YouTube are a bunch of snowflakes, which is why I have to bite my tongue a lot of times. I'll let him take the brunt of the hit. But yeah, like I said to Chet, the gold, I'm just being honest. I give people the benefit of the doubt, but I'm just saying, I'm such an unpopular person that when I ban someone from my stream and then momentarily a new person comes in, it's like, that usually doesn't happen, right? But 9 times out of 10 that I ban someone, I do end up having somebody come back to the stream. Because it's that same person. Which guy? Gold? You know? I'm so confused. Well, that was somewhat exhilarating. Oh, boy. Oh. Bleed out that shaman. And then I can heal him. Wouldn't have been able to do that as a rogue. Which guy do you like, William? Nice. It was done. Oh, really? It wants me to go all the way back? Oh, wow. It wants me to hearth all the way back there. Doesn't even want me. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Well, let's do it. Or should I? Nah, let me do something different. Chet. Who is Chet? I was even afraid to say his name because I didn't know if, like, the two words combined said something hateful. Because, again, I just banned someone pretending to be a pedo, and then moments later, this Chet guy came in. That's why I was like, uh-oh, who is this? Because I don't recall this person ever being in here before. Yeah, I'll take the slow way back. Yes, I did. A little bit. Not much of the gameplay demo. I played the Maiden demo. But I never had much of a chance to play the other one because when they came out, I simply wasn't around and there was only like an 8-hour window. You know? So it's like, yes, I played it, but not really. The Maiden demo I did finish, though. I did complete that. One second. Alright, there we go. Oh yeah, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to end up blowing Resident Evil 7 out of the water. I just, oh man. You're making me want to play the Maiden demo again just to kind of get a feel for it again. I think it's going to have a lot of replay value. I think it's going to be incredible because on the hard mode, speculations from a reputable source is that on hard mode, enemy and item placements are randomized. And to me, that just blows like everything up hype-wise. Like, wow. Now, when I say I like the enemy, right? Yeah, yeah. So who... Is Chet a famous person, or you're just saying you like Chet based on what he said? Since he's been in here about YouTube being hypocrites. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's very easy to be misunderstood. So I think after this, I might take a small break, go and eat, and then there's a very good chance I'll come back. I don't know for how long, and I probably won't play this. It'll probably be either Call of Duty, you know, that game that I'm complaining I don't really enjoy streaming so much, or I'll do American Truck Simulator, or a bit of both. I don't know. I've been kind of craving playing Resident Evil 7, to be honest. A little bit. Sort of. Not really. And wrestling. I miss playing 2K20. Even though the game was shit when it came out, and it's still not perfect. It's very playable. I got a pretty cool universe mode going on.
Hello, man.
Hello, man.
Later.
Don't be shy. Don't ask what that was. Sometimes I'll sit there for like 10 minutes. Hello. And then I'll like... Anyways, I'll play around with my voice, and I'll record it. And then I'll change it, and then after like 10 minutes of like warming up my voice, I can go in like full troll mode. Like the NPCs, and I can actually kind of sound half decent.
What you want?
After a while. But not when I'm put on the spot on camera like this now. Come on. Doesn't work that way. I'm not shy, but...
Be seeing ya.
How? Strength and honor. For the horde.
William bringing it up leaves you more suspicious. The truck sim is PC only for this specific game. Oh, I think Dark is just joking around. That if you have to point out and go, just so you know, I didn't mean in this context. He's probably just joking around saying, well, now that you felt the need to have to point it out, makes me wonder if, you know what I mean? I think he's just messing around. I was gonna show you that YouTuber, but I'm like, why waste it on that? This is a wicked flight path. You don't get to see this too often in Classic because you can't fly unless you're on a flight path. But yeah. No, I'm kind of excited to play American Truck Simulator again. Yesterday kind of really brought that back. But so did playing this game, to be honest. Like, I mean, I never tire of this game. I know it could be frustrating, and, you know, what did I do in this whole time that I've been here? Yeah. You know, let's joke about what I've done. So, I've been streaming for an hour. Can we all have a good laugh about how slow World of Warcraft can be? Let's have a quick laugh and I'll break down what I've done in the last hour. I opened up 8 little boxes and collected 8 troll charms, and I escorted a bear out of a tunnel that's barely 100 feet long. That took an hour. Welcome to World of Warcraft Classic. That's what I'm getting at. Right? True story. Yeah, it's a bit of a flex. The original actor who plays Scorpion, his name is Chris Casamassa. I trained martial arts with him. I had a private seminar with him, and we got to go toe to toe, semi full contact. Many, many, many years ago, like mid 90s years ago. But I'll never forget it, man. It was a lot of fun. Really, really nice guy. It was really cool. It was for like a good couple of hours. And then we went out, had a few drinks. It was pretty sweet. I mean, he's not a famous actor, so it's not like I hung out with Arnold Schwarzenegger or something like that, or it's not like I hung out with Sylvester Stallone, but to me, it was still cool. Chris Cass. It helps if I could spell his name. I mean, he's old now, but I mean, I'm fucking old too. But this dude, he's 56 now, and I'm 43. But this is the dude that played the original Scorpion back in the 90s. So when he looked like this, that's when I met him. And that's what I'm slowly turning out to look like. But obviously now, he's older and shit. Looks like he's still keeping in good shape. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, in Ontario. He came by for a bit. You had to pay. I think it was pretty cheap actually at the time. I only had to pay, I think it was like $20. And it was like a 2 or 3 hour seminar. It was only like a few select people. It was only like a dozen people that were in there. Sort of talked about what it's like to make movies and shit. I mean, again, I get it. It's not like he's, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tom Cruise famous, but it's still pretty fucking cool because, overall, I am a huge Mortal Kombat fan. And to be able to say that I met one of the dudes that, played in the movie, fucking rates. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. And the fact that he was really nice too is kind of always a bonus. Yeah. I've heard people have had to pay 500 to take a picture. Take pictures of cut out. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it was pretty cheap. It was pretty cheap. It wasn't meant to be like a huge, money grab. Actually, I wouldn't be, well, he wouldn't remember it, right? I was like, oh, he's on Twitter, you know? Maybe I'll message him someday and say, I don't know if you remember back in like 1996, but like, you had a seminar in Ontario, Canada. Then we went for some drinks and, you know, I'm sure he's done that a lot. It's like a quarter of a century ago. But at the time, I was just, 70. Yeah, I was only like 17, 18 at the time. And he's 13 years older than me. So if I was 18, 17, 18, I'm not too good at math. Yeah, he was 30. Yeah, so he was younger than what I am now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Anyway, case closed, I believe. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. Anyways, the other guy, this is such a weird thing. This is how my streams end. Talk about some weird shit. EDP. Yeah, this guy. There you go. EDP arrested. 4 days ago. There you go. This creepy motherfucker. EDP's 445 career is over. Caught. Anyways, I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but it's this dude, and he's got a, I'm not even going to click on that, but you get the idea. He's a big dude. There, that's probably a clearer picture of him. He's obviously, is that him? With a beard? I don't know. Anyways, this guy, this is like an accurate, clear picture of what the guy looks like. I don't know if you've ever seen him, but he's a very big YouTuber. And again, he's been caught. Everybody talks, about him. He needs to be arrested and blah blah blah. Because this isn't just like supposed allegations and rumors. Like, I mean, the guy actually flat out admitted it on camera. So, yeah, see, famous YouTuber caught meeting minors, hooking up with minors, like 13-year-olds and shit. That's just so. When the guy came in, and the guy's name was EDP 445. And it's like, get the fuck out of here. You know? Like, seriously. The fuck is wrong with you? Wait, DD, you play Gorofo? Did you play? I didn't play Goro, no. But this guy, he met minors. It was disgusting. People have been making memes about. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but unfortunately it looks like the pages matched the cover.
How may I aid?
And that's very nasty. Very, very nasty. Anyways, that's it for me for now. And I shall be back if all goes well. If all goes well now. Don't be sitting around waiting for me. 10 minutes? 5 minutes? I should be back. I don't know what I'm going to do, though. That's the problem. There are times where I'm kind of more in the mood to talk about random weird shit. Like, hey, I met this guy before, and look at this creepy bastard. And okay? That's just who I am, unfortunately. But when I come back, I'm probably going to want to play maybe some American Truck Simulator. I just got to hook up the steering wheel to my table there. Maybe play a little bit of that. I don't know if I feel like playing Call of Duty on stream, that is. Like, I feel like playing it. I don't know if I want to stream it. There's also a weird thing with mouse keyboard on PS5. The game is really smooth. Excuse me. But it is a little bit smoother on PC. Even when using the same sensitivity settings. Even when using the same fucking mouse. Don't ask. I'm not saying there's a lag or anything. I'm just saying there's like a fine little, or not fine, there's like a slightly more refined feel to the mouse and keyboard experience on PC Call of Duty than there is on a PS5. It's not night and day. We're talking like 10%, 10, 12%. It's like, is it there? Yeah, no, I think it's there. But then sometimes you're not even sure if it's different. So it's not astronomically different. But anyways, that's part of the reasons why I hesitate to do it. Because I find when I play on my own, I just play the PC version. I just shut off everything, all my browsers, my OBS. I don't record nothing. It's just me and Call of Duty. And I find I just perform better on the PC than I do on the PS5. Even though my settings are on the exact same number. It's really messed up, don't ask. But yeah. Yeah, I might do Truck Sim. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, when I come back, I'm in the mood for Call of Duty, American Truck Sim, or WWE 2K20 on PS5. That's just kind of like where my brain's going right now. And maybe the Resident Evil boring showcase made in demo again, only for the sole purpose that I'm still trying to get used to playing a first person game like Resident Evil with the controller and trying to figure out if I want to buy it on the PlayStation, knowing that it'll run perfect because I have a PS5, or if I'm going to play it on my potato, on my PC. If my PC can handle Valhalla, Red Dead Redemption 2, medium high settings at 60 FPS, will Resident Evil Village run at 60 FPS on my PC? I don't know. The demo comes out in a couple of days, so I'll find out. But if I can get it running on my PS5, as in like I can get used to the controllers, then maybe I'll just stick with the PS5 because it's more like future proofed, is what I mean, right? Again, my computer is half a dozen years old except for the graphics card. The graphics card is the only thing in my computer that's only a year old. You'll be watching. Sounds good. Hey, Blues, buy Blues. Exactly. So thanks for stopping by. It's always nice when there's at least a couple of people in the stream and I don't feel completely, crazy up there. Because then I got to narrate to myself, talk to myself for an hour. I do enough of that throughout the day that it's nice when I'm live streaming to not also have to do the same thing. Like I said, I don't need 3,000 people in the stream, just 2-3 people chatting. That's pretty cool. Well, I'm going to shut up, and if all goes well, I'll be back in 5 or 10 minutes. Like, if all goes well, I should be back that quickly. If I feel I'm too tired or just I'm not in the mood to stream because I just really want to do, Call of Duty, and I don't want to be distracted or be boring because I can't pay attention to the chat, then I might not stream. So let me go hurry up and eat and make my decision, see what happens when I come back. But yeah, I was just letting you know what games I might be playing so that you decide whether or not you even want to bother coming back. Very, very unlikely I'm going to play WoW again tonight because I've already done that. And it seems like most people actually don't really mind that American Truck Simulator. So I would have thought people would have thought, people would have thought that that game is more boring than World of Warcraft, but it seems like people would rather see that if they could pick. Oh, hey, Nathan. No problem. Yeah, I'm glad that it worked, and that it proves that it works because I didn't quite. I know I keep saying I have to go, but I like when people come in and thank me for something. Yeah, well, that's good because it was based. To be fully honest with you, I ripped off another person's video because I never claimed that I figured it out. You know what I mean? I can give credit. That's why I made that joke because it's true. It's from an actual famous YouTuber that does all MLB videos. But he took 7 minutes and 28 seconds to finally start showing how to do it. And I had to sit through a near 17 fucking minute video of this motherfucker rambling how to fix it. Yo, guys, okay, so welcome to the channel, bros. It's your boy. And, we're going to get into this thing, because it's kind of like, it's not working all that well. And if we could maybe get like a couple of thousand likes on the video, guys, that would be really great. Maybe a couple of hundred new subscribers, okay? By the way, I'm not exaggerating. If I have to, I'll fucking prove it later. So I had to sit through all that fucking bullshit, took in the information, and then I'm like, I know I can talk a lot too, but let's see if I can compress this shit like a RAR file on a computer and turn this 17-minute monster of a video into a 4 or 5 minute video. And within the first 30 seconds, I show you how to do it. Then I kind of ended up rambling on about the guy for a couple of minutes, but at least I had gotten to the point, hopefully, fairly quickly. So, yeah, that's what I try to strive to do on YouTube, is not be the best gamer, but try to really keep it short and simple in explaining how I fix certain things in certain games so that people can have a more pleasant experience with their game when they're playing it. That's my speech. Yeah. I love Jor Raptor. You know, I respect him. No problem. Thanks for stopping by and letting me know that it worked as well. I love Jor Raptor. I really do respect him. I really want to stress that out. Fucker drives me nuts though. You know what I mean? Like there's just no sugarcoating it, you know? And I'm sure I drive a lot of people crazy, right? Again, not everybody likes coffee. Some people like tea. Some people like having a beer. Okay? Jor Raptor is like a latte. Not everybody likes that shit, right? But he's really good. He's a good channel, really good information, very prompt. He's got a huge team with him. They're just banging that shit out. You know what I mean? He's like a fucking Google. You want all the information on all the games, that guy's there. I'm just glad he's not a drag car because he wouldn't be doing a quarter mile in no 8 seconds flat. You know what I'm saying? Speed it up there, Johnny. You know? Anyways, whatever. Oh, I helped you with. That's good. Yeah, I know. A video. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. He's not a bad guy at all. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just felt the need to kind of make fun of him a bit. And I'm sure he can make fun of me too if he wanted. I'm going to go. I should be back in about 10 minutes. All right. Bye for now. I hit the wrong button. I think I started recording. That's why I have to pay attention to my streaming deck when the icons actually show up on my phone. There we go.